Damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait.
What's going on, move makers? If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Moriah and I'm a flight attendant for a major airline. All right, you guys, so we are on a 6-day A-day stretch. So that means I'm on call for 6 days. And last night they actually gave me a 3-day trip. So we'll be doing that today. Today is day 1. And we are going from Atlanta to Denver, Denver to Salt Lake, and then Salt Lake to Albuquerque, New Mexico. So this is a little bit of a longer day, especially like the first leg is about 3 hours and some change. Hopefully maybe we can do like 250. I don't know. I'm the most junior on this flight, so I don't know where I will be. I'm not flight leader today, so we'll just see how it just trickles down and see what position I get. I honestly prefer to be in the back today, but if it doesn't happen, it's okay. It's going to eventually happen anyway on this trip. Other than that, you guys, it's a beautiful day in Atlanta. I'm super sad I'm going to miss out on it. And Albuquerque, I heard, is going to be pretty cold. So don't have a jacket, but you know, we'll make it through. We're just going to walk fast to the hotel and probably DoorDash tonight because, yeah, we don't do the cold. So let's go ahead and get ready for this airport. Good morning, move makers. I actually made it into Salt Lake City last night. I know. How did I get here? You guys, I was so shocked because we were walking through the Salt Lake airport and just walking to our next gate, and I'm talking to my little boo on the phone, and I hear my phone, like, you know, when you're getting another call. So I'm like, oh, like maybe it's my mom, whatever. And then I start getting text messages on my watch from crew scheduling, and I was like, oh, mercy. So I was just like so nervous because I'm like, they're gonna reroute us, or obviously it's a reroute. So I'm just like, where are we going? So if you've ever been to the Salt Lake airport, it's a super long like tunnel type thing to get to each gate. There's no tram, there's no train, nothing. You are walking. So it's a super long thing, and it takes about like 10 to 15 minutes. And I literally told everybody, I was like, just stop. So we stopped walking for a second and we refreshed our schedules, and we all see that we are now going to be in Salt Lake. Our Albuquerque flight was canceled, in which I was telling them, I was like, that flight was not full. There was probably about maybe 30 people on that flight. It was very, very light. And I know with the weather and everything, even coming to Denver, there was all this weather in the middle. It was crazy. And now it wasn't the worst turbulence I've been through, but it was definitely it was some bumps for sure. I was like, ooh. But the weather was just really, really crazy because we also met up with another crew at Salt Lake who their flight was canceled and they were going to Nashville. So we're all chit-chatting, trying to hurry up and get all this hotel information so we can get ready to go. And eventually our shuttle did come, and then we ended up here for tonight. And honestly, I am so grateful for this reroute because I'm not a big fan of Albuquerque, so sorry if anybody lives in Albuquerque. It's okay. But I do like Salt Lake. It's so beautiful, you guys. Like, I woke up this morning and I saw this view and I was just like, ugh, my God, I'm so glad to be here. And then the icing on the cake is that we're supposed to be working a flight today from Salt Lake to Atlanta. But now we are going to be deadheading, which is amazing because that's like a 3-hour and some change flight. And we're going to just be chilling, watching movies. Like, I love that for us. So super excited to be deadheaded. The only thing is this flight is packed. It is so full. We were actually trying to select our seats last night and we couldn't because there's no seats left. So of course that means my company is going to have to buy people off their seats to get us on there because we have to be on there so that we can do our next leg. And some of these buyouts can be like really, really crazy. Like really crazy. I've heard people getting like between $1,000 to up to $10,000 to get off the flight so that crew can get on. So I'm just like, this is crazy. But I wish it was me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I will stay in Salt Lake another day. Like, no worries, give me a little 5,000, that's fine with me. But it's not, crew members of course are not eligible for that. It's just for those paying passengers. But I'm like, darn. Other than that, you guys, yesterday was a really good day. I did have a passenger in which I felt so bad. It was a mother, her husband, and her daughter, and they were trying to get back to Montreal. And it was harder to communicate because they speak French, and I felt so bad because I'm just like, I have no idea. Like, I don't speak no type of French. And I was trying to do Google Translate, but our internet was acting up, so it wasn't translating what I was saying. It was a mess. So yeah, I felt just so bad because I wasn't able to communicate what I wanted to and what I needed to in order for them to understand what was happening, because it looked like their connection flight to Montreal was canceled, and they were flown all around the country trying to get to Montreal, and it's just not going how it should. But I do hope they got the help they needed once they got to Denver and they weren't stuck. Like, that was on my mind. I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I know what it's like trying to get home and you can't get home, and that is definitely very frustrating. So yeah, hopefully they are able to get back, because that's tough. But all right, you guys, other than that, I just woke up this morning. I've been doing some modules that we have to do every quarter, and then I am probably about to just relax a little bit and wait for this coffee shop to open that is downstairs, grab some coffee and like something to eat maybe. And then other than that, I'm just gonna be chilling until our pickup time. So I will see you guys in a few once I'm getting ready for these flights. All right, you guys, I just got some breakfast from downstairs, and look how amazing. Look how big these pancakes are. And then I got some bacon and some eggs. Y'all, it's gonna be so good. I'm so ready to eat. And I also got me some hot chocolate, so I'm excited to see how that tastes. And yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna be chilling, probably just watching me some Hulu. As you know, Bob Burgers is also one of my favorite cartoons, well, adult cartoons, and probably gonna be watching that. Or actually, I am behind on Mr. Ballin', so you know I'm gonna have to watch that too. So I'm gonna probably do that and then enjoy the rest of this layover, get ready for the showtime. And yeah, I will see you guys after I eat. What's going on, move makers? I do apologize for not filming as much yesterday, but when I tell you, yesterday was probably the most overwhelming, frustrating day that I've ever experienced my whole entire time flying. It was really, really crazy, but I'm gonna go ahead and explain it to you, because honestly, I was like, I didn't want to film anymore. I was just like, I'm done. Like, I'm just going to film a next trip, because I was just like, I just can't believe all of this. But I decided, I was like, you know what? I owe this to you guys. This is real. Everything that I always tell y'all, everything that I always go through, it's real. So I was just like, it wouldn't be fair to you guys to just wrap up the video and just forget about it, because y'all definitely deserve to hear everything and see what a real flight attendant goes through. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the story. All right, so you already know that I got rerouted and I was in Salt Lake yesterday. Completely fine. So my 2 legs yesterday were supposed to be from Salt Lake to Atlanta and then Atlanta to Savannah. Easy, right? Especially because my first leg was a deadhead. So as I'm getting ready, I get a call from crew scheduling, and I was like, no, because I just knew something was going to be wrong. I knew they were going to take my deadhead away. So I pulled up my app and I saw that they did take me off my deadhead and said that I'm going to be working. And at first, of course, I didn't have an issue because I am the most junior out of my crew. So if something like this happens, they get the person most junior to work the crew. That's just how it goes. Everything is by seniority. So I completely understood that. Now, when I was looking through and I saw that there were other people deadheading, I saw somebody who I was senior to. So technically, I was not the one that should have been called. It should have been the person that was the most junior that should have been called to work the trip. At this point, I'm just going through my head, trying to just make sure that everything I'm thinking is correct, because I know the most junior is the one that should have been called. So I had called crew scheduling, which I ended up at crew tracking. And I was just like, hey, like, you know, explaining the situation, talked to this very nice man. And he was just like, well, that person's getting flown into their off day, so we're trying to give them some sort of relief, have them deadhead and you work. And I was just like, okay, like I've never heard that before, but I do understand what it's like being worked into your off day. So I was just like, okay, well, I understand where you're coming from. And that was it. So ended the call. I came downstairs in the lobby and I was talking to some of my crew members, and I actually ran into the guy who I'm senior to. So I was like, hey, are you getting worked into your off day? Like, that's crazy, you know? And he was just like, no, this is my third day out of a 6 8-day stretch, which that's what I'm on, right? And so I was just like, oh, well, that's different, because when you're getting worked into your off day, you have nothing there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are completely off. But when you still have 8 days and you're still on call, that's a different situation. You can still be worked into a longer day. Like, you can be on 3 days and then it end up be 4. Like, that can happen. So that's completely normal. So now I'm confused, because the person I talked to, not that you necessarily lied to me, maybe you were just confused by the information and didn't know, but now this situation is completely incorrect, because he is a working crew member and he should be working and I should not, because it's by seniority order. That's just how the principle is. And I'm all about principle. I'm about rules. So we got to do this correctly, because what is the point of having all these rules and procedures and we're not following them? I ended up calling back again for the second time. And I was just like, you know, this is the situation. He's on 8 days. I'm on 8 days. So there is no flying into the off day. That doesn't exist. So he should have been the one that was called, not me. It's incorrect. And the person on the line kept telling me, well, this was not part of his original rotation. This was part of your original rotation. And in my mind now, I'm just like, wait, like, am I getting this information correct? Because I was like, wait, no. I was supposed to be in Albuquerque yesterday, not Salt Lake. So this is not even part of my original rotation. So I'm like, what is going on? What are we talking about? So I was telling him, like, look, like, if there's somebody else I need to talk to, please let me know. Like, I'll call crew scheduling. I'll call somebody else, because I don't understand, like, why you're not trying to change it. And he was just like, well, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I will have to do on my end. And I'm just like, okay, like, that's part of your job. That's part of your duties. Just like how I work so hard to be a flight attendant, I just expect everybody in their department to work as hard and put in so much effort, because we're all trying to support this big operation of an airline. So at this point, I could tell I'm not getting anywhere with this conversation, because he's really not trying to fix this. And I'm just like, why? I don't understand. So ended the conversation, called crew scheduling, and I ended up talking to a really nice lady there. And she was like, hey, look, I see what you're saying. I unfortunately can't override it, because crew tracking is the one that put it in. So I would have to, again, call that person back and get it fixed. And I'm just like, this is crazy, because at this point, I'm in the shuttle, I'm on the way to the airport, and we're walking to the gate, and I'm just like, I'm still shown as the working crew member when I shouldn't have been called. So I'm like, what is going on? Then I called crew tracking again for the third time, spoke to the same person, and I could tell he was getting a little frustrated with me. But my thing is, the frustration shouldn't have been put on me for his mistake. And you guys, again, I'm just about principle. I'm about doing things the right way. And I just, when that stuff happens, like, it hurts, because I'm just like, why would you do this to me? Why would you not try to fix that mistake, you know? So anyway, called him again, and he was just like, you know, I'm gonna talk to my supervisor about it. Okay, cool. At this point, gate agents are looking for me. I scanned in. I was like, hey, this is a situation, just so you know, because crew members might change. And he was just like, okay, like, very, very nice, which I was so grateful for, because I was just like, at this point, I just need somebody being nice, because of what is happening. So I get on the aircraft. At this point, we don't even have a flight leader assigned, because they completely messed up, like, everybody that was supposed to be on board. And so everyone's trying to decide who wants to be flight leader. Luckily, we had a flight attendant who volunteered. She was really nice as well. And then again, I'm still on hold. So I go to the back of the aircraft. We're on a 321, and I am basically about to start setting up the galley because I'm just like, I don't think this person's going to help me, and I'm just going to have to stay here. I finally get off of hold, and he comes back and says, hey, I took you off of the working crew members and I have you back as the deadheading crew member. You can go ahead and notify the other flight attendant that he's working. And I was just like, no, I'm not going to notify him because everything should follow the procedure. Crew scheduling, somebody else of that department should call them, not me walk up to you and be like, hey, yeah, you'll be working, not me. That's crazy, you know? So at that point, he just had like a whole attitude with me, and he was just like, you know what? I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm done with this conversation. And he's like, I will notify him. Goodbye. And I was just like, are you serious? Because that is not what this company stands for. And I just like, it just blew my mind because I couldn't believe somebody was talking to me like that. You know, we're all here for the same reason, to get all these passengers where they need to go. That's it. And to make sure they have the best experience on our aircraft. And I'm just simply telling you that you made a mistake. I recognize a mistake, and I'm coming to you just like this. Like, can you please help me fix it? That is it. But to be getting and receiving all of that energy, y'all, like that took me there, because I was just like, wow, like who does that to people, you know? And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little teary-eyed because I'm just like, at this point, I'm so mad. You know how you get mad and you like, you know, you start crying a little bit. So that was me. I ain't gonna lie to you. But it's just like, it was just frustrating because I'm just trying to get one thing fixed, and then it's like this whole entire situation when it could have just been a couple buttons away, you know? So of course, the flight attendant who ended up working was highly upset and made like a sly comment to me. But the thing is, had the situation been reversed and I was junior to him and I saw that I was deadheading and that person was working, that's not right. I would have stood up and be like, you know what, this isn't correct. You should have been the one deadheading, not me. And I would have fixed it just like right then and there. But for him to kind of almost take advantage of that situation and be like, oh, well, I mean, if he's not going to fix it, then oh, well, that's not right either. So that's why I also really fought for it, because it's what was right. And that person was trying to help me. Nobody else was trying to help me. And I knew I just had to help myself. So anyway, you guys, this comes to say that please know your work rules, whatever you are. It doesn't matter if you're in the airline, if you're in the food industry, car industry, it don't matter. Know your work rules and know what is right for you, because you got to stand up for yourself. If you're not going to do it, most of the time, other people are not going to do it for you. So I'm definitely proud of myself, you guys. It was very overwhelming. And then the last thing that happened yesterday was we were 30 minutes out from landing. Once we landed, of course, I said we were supposed to go to Savannah, and we got notified that we're actually going to San Diego. So that is where I ended up last night. We didn't get here until like 11:30, 11:45, and we had minimum rest, and now we're getting ready to do day 3, which is go home day. Finally, like when I tell you all, I'm ready to go home. Hopefully, honestly, because the operation is in shambles, of course, because it's spring break season, summer is happening, so it's a lot going on. But today we only have 2 legs. We are supposed to be going from San Diego to Detroit to Atlanta, and that's it. Now, I will keep you guys updated, hopefully. I'm not going to get overwhelmed like I did yesterday, and I'm going to keep you guys updated. But yeah, guys, yesterday was a lot. So I do appreciate you for hanging in there, my story time. And I know it was a lot, it was long, but it's real. And all that stuff definitely happened yesterday. It was crazy. What's going on, move makers? I have made it to Detroit, so everything's going okay. We are actually delayed an hour though, because we're waiting for our first officer who was delayed in San Francisco, and that's pretty much it. He should be arriving soon-ish. But other than that, I got on the plane pretty early. There's nobody on here at all, which we love, because then we can just relax, watch a good little show, because know, SWV versus Escape and everything, y'all. I'm watching it and it's like crazy. So I'm gonna watch one of those episodes. Other than that, you guys, just gonna be chilling. The flight coming from San Diego to Detroit, it was actually pretty good. It wasn't too bad at all. It was a little turbulent, not too bad, but you know, we got through it. It was 3 hours and 39 minutes. Ooh. Hopefully, well, this is definitely gonna be shorter, but just ready to go, you guys. It says that I won't be back in until after midnight, like 12:30, and I'm still on my other set of 8 days for my other 3 sets. So I'm hoping I get like a lean over, or if they don't want to use me, I'm good with that too. So I will keep you guys updated, of course, in the next video, because I already know this video is going to be probably a little too long. So look forward to that. But other than that, you guys, I'm just gonna chill, relax, and I will see you guys once I make it to Atlanta. What's going on, move makers? This is future me. Thank you guys so much for just tuning into this video. I know it's a lot longer than all of my other videos, but I greatly appreciate you just getting this far. This trip was definitely a lot, but as always, we made it through. So I'm so glad to be home. But you guys definitely stay tuned for the next video, because that's even crazier. If you guys do enjoy longer videos, let me know down in the comments, because there's a lot of things I do want to add, but I always don't want to make it like too long as well. But if you do enjoy the longer ones, just let me know down in the comments and we can get some longer videos. But thank you guys so much again for tuning in. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And also don't forget to leave me a comment below. Also, don't forget to check out my social media. And always remember, when you make a move, make sure it's for you. I will see y'all next time. Bye.
I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall.